morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Or if this is your first time here, then hi. My name is Carrington. Big, huge, special welcome to you. I hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button, clicking the little bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads, as well as this is your 10th time, 100th time, 50th time, second time here, and you still have not yet hit that subscribe button. I invite you to do so, as well as clicking that little bell so you'll be notified of all my future uploads. And let's get into today's video. It's palette ranking time. I feel like this is like one of my favorite things to do and film like every single month is that of palette ranking. Also, this makeup look is just from my Shop My Stash products. I wanted to look like a little pumpkin, like I've got some like orange on the eyes, I've got some black on the lips to match my little cardigan. I got this cardigan in a like Shein haul. I made like a large Shein haul order and like a small Torrid order, but I got some really cute things. So I will leave that video link down below. I kind of split up how I did my haul. So I did like a makeup section, and because I had purchased so many things that wasn't like makeup related, I did another like haul, non-makeup related haul. So I will link both of those videos down below in case you missed that. But let's go ahead and get into the palette ranking. Number 13 is this Urban Decay Prince palette. Okay. All right. This palette sucks. The purple, like the mattes are one. Do you see that? Like, look at this. And then look at this. Like, the pigment is just not the same. Like, it's just not that good. It's very, like, chalky, very dusty. I feel like it may, you know, maybe, like, color story-wise, like, this is, like, a Prince thing because he did wear some, like, purple looks. But formula-wise, okay, first of all, you put a picture of like Prince's eye right here. Look at how pigmented, deep, and rich his eyes are. And then literally that purple, what the hell happened? Like, where did it go? This is not good quality. And they're trying to sell this for like $50 something. No. I literally bought this for, I want to say $20. I think it was on sale for like $20. Even for $20, this is still not worth the price. This palette is terrible. The quality just isn't there for me. I feel like the color selection, we could have done better. Like, there's just nothing about this that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to use this again. Realistically, I probably would never use this again. I would keep this for the fact that it's Prince, but like I would never use this again. And I would never sit there and recommend this to anyone. There is nothing I enjoy about this palette. Okay, like here's like one of like the deep shimmers. Like, do you see, like what is going on? That the pigment is just like, it's just not there. It is not good. I 10 out of 10 do not recommend this. Next up is number 12, and I'm not gonna lie, I feel really bad for putting this at number 12. Can't help it, but I feel really bad at putting this for number 12. But it's the Norns palette. Now, I will say the quality is really, it's good. However, you only get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 shimmers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I feel like they're really not super cohesive shimmers. Like, you know, maybe you could use these two together, or these two together, or these two together. But overall, like, I'm just like so unimpressed by the amount of matte shades they have. They have tons and tons of like, you know, shimmers, metallics, duochromes. Like, they have all that in there, and that's fine. Like, I think those are nice. But it's just, like, I'm just kind of, like, sitting here, like, what's going on in, like, the matte world? Like, we have this, like, chameleon topper shade. We've got, like, this, like, nice silver shade. We've got, you know, like, they've got really, really nice shimmers. Like, those shimmers are nice. Their mattes are buttery and pigmented. I just feel like the amount of mattes compared to shimmers, as well as the colors of the shimmers, I just feel like really just don't make a lot of sense. And I just wish that they had some more mattes to like build off of. Maybe, you know, get rid of a few shimmers here and there, and really just like, I don't know, you know, or make the palette bigger. I don't know, something, but they just need more mattes. I can't rank this any higher because they just like, I feel like they absolutely need more mattes for me to be like, I want to reach into this palette more. Number 11 is going to be the Natasha Denona Mini Xenon palette. Now, I think this is a really fun, cute, like color story. I have used this quite a bit, as you can tell. There's some dirtiness around the shades. I have used this. I think this is like an okay palette, but I found a dupe for this, and I had done this video. And so for this being $25, you only get 5 shades. That's $5 a shade. And really, like, this, like, silver looks like, oh man, bam, in your face, beautiful. But the dupe one I felt like was better. Like, when I did that, like, first impressions, I really felt like the dupe was better. And with the dupe, you get more options. And so I just feel like for like $25, I'm really only able to create really like a couple looks with this. It's kind of like a one-trick pony kind of a palette. And for $25, I want something I can do a lot more with. So I just feel like for $25, like this isn't worth $25 to me, especially when I got the dupe for, I just literally just bought the dupe for $9. Like, because Colourpop was having a deal with like 9 pan palettes, get them for $9. So it's $1 a shade for sometimes better quality, better pigmentation, more options, and this is $5 a shade. I just can't justify the price point for this when there's Colourpop one that's actually better. Number 10 is the Marc Jacobs Fanascene. Now, the reason why this is ranked where it is just because I like the color stories or the formula more of the other palettes. But I mean, I feel like this is such like a really easy, effortless, everyday going to the office kind of a palette. I feel like if you, I don't know if they still sell it anymore. I feel like Marc Jacobs Beauty was going out of business and like they've sold out maybe. I don't know. If you are able to get this, I think this is great. Or if you already have this, this is fantastic for literally just like getting ready to go to the office. Like if you work in a place where like, you know, you can't wear black lipstick like I can to work, or, you know, like have like very like intricate eye looks that are like colorful, this is fantastic. Like you could literally just make, you know, create a whole bunch of different looks, go different ways with this palette, and it just be like effortless and easy. Like you don't even really have to think about it. Honestly, I don't even have to think about it. Like I can just open this up and like bam, 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 and put all those on my lid and just be done, and just feel like I literally just, I don't like, didn't even have to think about it. It's just effortless. They blended nicely. They work well together. This overall is like a really great palette. Again, if you're able to get this, I would say go ahead and pick this up. This is really nice for like an everyday office look. If you can't get this anymore, or if you already have this, pull this out. It's really great for every day at the office. Number 9 is going to be the Colourpop Lush palette. Now, this shade right here and this shade right here, it's called It's Paradise and Pom Pom, are like the most beautiful shimmers that Colourpop has probably ever come out with. Like those are just, it's a beautiful, okay? I wanted to rank this higher, but I can't just like rank it higher just because I like these two shimmers. Because I'm just going to say it. These two shades right here, which are like so like perfect for like these two shades, aren't that good. I find them to be very, very patchy and kind of hard to blend out. You know, I've tried different techniques of like packing it and then blending, or just blending, or I have tried to play around with this palette more than like the first impression that I did on camera. And I just am not head over heels in love with it. And then the only other two options here are like these very warm tones. And I feel like these two look so similar. Like matte wise, like those look so similar. We could have switched it up a little bit. Maybe had like a brown, light brown transition tone. And then maybe like kept that one or something. But yeah, just like overall, just like with this palette, like these two are too similar. These are harder to blend out. This one's like good for like setting the eyelid, but you don't have like a lot of light tones to go into this palette with. It's just not love. I wanted it to be love because, I mean, look at those two shimmer shades. Like I wanted it to be love. It's not love. It's just not love. Number 8 is the Colourpop Smoke Show Blowin' Smoke palette. Now, this is a complete and total dupe for the Natasha Denona. I had shown the shades that were very, very like similar. Right, okay, so here's what I'm talking about. The dupe, so here's the Natasha Denona one, and then here's the Colourpop. I mean, just like look at how much more shiny and pigmented the Colourpop is compared to the Natasha Denona. It was definitely apparent on the eyes when I did it. But in this palette, you get like 2 additional shimmers, and you get some additional, like, you know, you got some shades with like glitters in here. I feel like for $9, okay, mine's called Smoke Show. I think they had to change to like Blowin' Smoke or something. I'm not 100% for sure. But like, this is so fun. This is so beautiful. Like, this is now in like my Shop My Stash bag for this month, because I literally used this, you know, in that like comparison video, and fell in love with this, and fell in love with like using like grayscale black palettes and shadows, when before I was terrified of doing that. And I love this. Now, the reason why it's ranked lower is because I enjoy the color story or the formula of the other ones more. Again, blacks aren't really something I'm using a whole lot of. I was really excited to create the looks that I create with this, but it's not like black eyeshadow is something that I'm wearing every single day or trying to reach into every single day. Number 7 is the Natasha Denona Retro Palette. Now, I, you know, did a review on this. I was a little bit disappointed that there were no greens in it. I know some people had talked about they're like going to make like a part 2, and that they really enjoyed this without the greens. And like, I enjoyed this without the greens as well. But I just was kind of like, I really wanted the greens because I'm a green person. So I really wanted the greens. Okay, fine. I can't get the greens, whatever. But this is definitely like such a beautiful palette. It's a very nice fall, perfect for fall, really nice cranberry tones, some pinky tones. I really do love this. I think this is a great palette for fall. I think this is like another really good staple for like your collection. Like, I really feel like I had watched a couple of people on YouTube like use this palette in like combination with like the glam or like the bronze, and really created some like really cool, unique looks. So I feel like this could really add to your collection, especially if you have like those other 2 palettes. If you don't, I still think this is a great Natasha Denona palette, especially if you're into like those cranberry, those warm tones for the fall. This would be definitely one to definitely go and pick up. If you're really not like into the cranberries as much, or you think you have like so many cranberry options in your collection, you can definitely totally like skip out on it. I mean, it's typical Natasha Denona formula. You know, her formula is really nice. I do find some indie brands to be a little bit better, but I think that's a really nice palette. I just personally was disappointed there weren't any greens. Number 6 is the Lois Cosmetics Meet Me in the Underworld. I love this palette. This is so incredible for fall. You have like the cranberry tones, you have like the grungy greens. You do have a couple neutral options in here, but for the most part, there are those cranberries and those like grungy greens. I love this. This is so great for fall. This is definitely like a fantastic palette. The quality is great. The shadows are pigmented. The metallics are very much like metallics. Like you could definitely like see like the foiledness on your eyes, and they're just absolutely beautiful. And the artwork, I think, is like tons of fun as well. Like you just like read it. How do you do this? Meet Me in the Underworld eyeshadow palette is what it says. You know, you've got the back. It's got a nice size mirror in it. And again, those shades and those metallics are absolutely beautiful. This is such a great palette. I would say if you're wanting to support an indie brand and you're really looking for a really nice fall palette, you haven't purchased a fall palette yet, go ahead and check that out. Like, that's a really nice fall palette. I do have some other palettes that are also very fall related, but I would say that's definitely one of my top falls picks as well. Number 5 is the Collidos Flower Punk palette. I love this palette. I have played in this palette quite a few times. I like that like the mirror like comes off. However, there's a couple of shades in this palette, chlorophyll especially, where it doesn't really come out the color that it seems. So this seems like a very like lime green, okay, and like on my finger it appears that way, but when you start blending it into your eyes, it kind of looks a little bit like this golden age, and this golden age kind of gets a little bit more brown. So like I was kind of headed one direction with my eye look, and then it kind of took a completely totally different direction because these two shades were like did not come off how they appear in the pan. This shade did, and then this shade, you know, of course did. And then the rest of these shades I really didn't have any issues with. I will say, like, I really kind of like using this section on its own, this section on its own, and then this section. One of the reasons why it's not ranked any higher is because like these greens don't stay true to color. And then this right here, like literally for me, like I feel like this right here is like fall, and then you like bring these in and I'm like, that's spring. So it's like, what's going on here? And I really feel like you can't really incorporate this with like really a lot of like the other colors. So it just feels like these two are just kind of like on their own. I just feel like they were just like added in there and like they didn't really need to be. I don't know. Overall, like I really do like this palette. I do enjoy this palette. I enjoy all the looks that I create with it. I feel like their formula is really, really nice. I'm super excited to try out some other Collidos palettes. I have a couple more palettes that I would like to try out. So definitely excited for that. Number 4 is going to be the Menagerie Cosmetics Feral palette. So when I had originally used this, I had done like a green eye look, and I had said I had some patchiness with this color. I have continued to have patchiness with that shade, and honestly, it's an army green shade. Those are really hard to formulate, and so I really find that like no matter what palette I'm going into, this army green shade just comes off patchy no matter what. Like no matter what brand I'm using. But then I did use some of the other shades, like I used like these pinks, I used the purples, I used the brown and stuff. And I found that those worked really, really nicely. I had no issues. I haven't had any issues with any of the shimmers. They are so like blinding and metallic. They're super incredible. As you can tell, like they're very beautiful. So although I was like, oh, I don't think I really like this palette just because this one shade was patchy, but honestly, they're all patchy. But like this feels very nice and weighted. So it feels like very nice. The pictures on it are stunning. It has like a very nice like mirror to it. It's not like cute. The mirror isn't like the biggest thing ever, but I mean, you've got some like really cute names, cute artwork, nice mirror, and this is very nice and weighted, and the formula is very nice. It's just that one shade, and honestly, no matter what brand, I'm finding that that one shade like that is patchy. So overall, I can't really like knock it for not being great when no brand has really made it to where I like the army green's the greatest. But I mean, like, yeah, those shimmers. Number 3 is another one from Menagerie, and that's going to be the Flight Club palette. This is such a good purple palette. I feel like if you need a purple palette in your collection that is really great quality, definitely check this out. Check their website to see when they're going to restock. I really like how they do add like a little brown in here. They've got like some duochrome shades in here. They've got some really nice like shimmer shades. The mattes are super pigmented, buttery, blend out like a dream. This is definitely like such a great palette. Perfect purple palette. It's again also very nice weighted, very nice mirror. I like how it says I've got a bat attitude, like, you know, it's like a little play on words. The artwork is like so cute. Like, look at this little fruit bat, and like he's got his little fruits that Hims is eating. Like, I love that. Like, that to me is so cute. And then, like, you know, on the back it talks about how they are vegan and cruelty free. So this palette may stain your eyes. So if, like, you know, you suffer with like sensitivity to like pressed pigments, where they might, you know, hurt your eyes or anything like that, you know, maybe not get this palette. But if you are looking for a purple palette and you don't mind a little bit of staining and you are into really cute artwork and a really great brand, definitely go ahead and check out Menagerie's Flight Club palette. You will not be disappointed. All right, number 2 is the Vintage Rose palette. Now, I had ranked all of my Colourpop palettes, and this was number 1. And like, can you blame me? Like, it's so beautiful. The metallics are wild. Like, they're just mind-blowingly beautiful. The mattes are pigmented, blend beautifully. They work well together. Has a nice mirror in it. The artwork is absolutely beautiful. I love like the rose gold like lettering in it. You know, on the back it gives you like information. Such a good palette. I had been waiting. I have been waiting to get my hands on this for I don't even know how long, but it has been a while that I have been waiting to get my hands on this palette. And I finally got my hands on it, and I am like so excited. I was not disappointed. It wasn't like one of those where it's like, dang, I've literally waited so long for this to become available, and now that I've gotten this, I'm disappointed in it. This is not the case at all. This is so good. It's wild. Lives up to the Give Me Glow. Love the color story. Great for fall. Such a fantastic palette. All right, number 1. Number 1 is not really a palette, but I used it in a video trying out makeup, and that is my Give Me Glow singles. Now, this is just like some of like the new singles I had gotten that were like shimmers. I've got mattes over here. I have literally already filled up one of these giant palettes with shimmers from Give Me Glow, and now here's another palette that I'm starting on to fill up with shimmers. Same with the mattes. I have filled up one of these with their mattes, and now I'm working on a second one. Their singles are incredible. I love all the colors that they offer. I love the affordability of the singles. They've got some duochromes. They've got some toppers. They've got like those wild like metallic shimmers. They've got, you know, buttery, creamy mattes, like colors galore. Having all of them, like, I can create so many looks, and I love that. I love that I can make my own palette, and like I could literally replicate almost like all of these palettes that I ranked today. I could literally create all of those with just my Give Me Glow singles and then some. It's incredible. It's such a great brand. Definitely a good brand to go and like check out, especially if you're wanting like one where you can like build your own palette and make whatever palette you want. That's such a great brand to do that with. I love the Give Me Glow singles. They're always my number 1 pick whenever I get to rank them, just because they are so incredible. The shimmers are just like that metallic in your face, bada boom. All right, and that is it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite palette is for the month. What are you loving? Maybe what's your least favorite palette this month? What's a palette that maybe we should all stay away from? Let me know that down below. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. That lets me know that you do enjoy this content. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. And I will see you guys in my next one.